you guys all get out of the ship, and you guys all take out. It takes you approximately 15 minutes to get out of the salvage suit. So, wearing those space suits that are located in the ship do take a while to get into and out of. So you're still about 30 hours left.
Okay.
Schematics, what would you like to try to do now?
Well, my recommendation is to first go try the cargo elevator so we can get to that security office. If we cannot do that, then I suggest we take the NGC tubes, NGC shafts up to the control center. That is my recommendation.
As this is not a whirlybird and you're good with everything else, I will take your recommendation under severe advisement, and we will do that.
Don't bring those things up, man. They freak me out.
Trust me, they cause me to have diarrhea out the other end. I understand your fears.
See? You see? They're evil.
All right.
How much damage did we see on the outside of the ship?
Virtually none. It looks like it ran into something, but minor outside hull scoring. Nothing that strikes you as any way, shape, or form odd with a vessel of this age.
All right. So at this point, we should probably assume the engines are working.
Well, if we get that security office, I'm sure we'll be able to find out.
All right.
Be on guard. All signs point to boarding force, and I see no reason to believe they have left.
I'm forced to agree with the noseless one. Let's all gear up, armor up, and let's get ready to go.
I concur. Let's do it.
Okay. You guys all gear up, armor up, spend a few more minutes getting ready, and you go over to the Null G shaft.
No, we're going to try the cargo elevator first.
The cargo elevator, excuse me.
Sword out, pointing my wrist rocket every which way, trying to be ready should something come at me.
Ryan, what's the typical... well, actually, no, never mind. I can just look at the schematic and figure it out.
So, on this schematic, where did we actually come in at?
You came in at Hangar Bay 2 or 3. 1. Oh, excuse me.
One's the empty one, according to
All right,
this.
is that like the back,
fine.
middle, forward of the ship?
You came in Hangar Bay 1.
It's damn near the center.
Yeah. Yes. Almost all of the stuff. There's no small craft on this ship that could have carried a person.
They're all gone.
So there obviously people have taken off, evacuated.
Yeah, most people have evacuated.
Almost all of the escape pods have been jettisoned, from what we could tell from the outside.
Perhaps all crew and passengers have either fled or been killed. It is unclear.
So yeah, this hangar bay's enough.
All right, you get to the cargo elevator. It has no power.
Well, EDC, see if you can get some power over here.
Do we have access to the computer system whatsoever from where we are?
You see a very nice-looking computer terminal that you click over, and it has access to cargo manifests and some other stuff. You'd have to actually hack through it to get to anything serious, but you see another computer terminal that does look like it would have access to more of the ship systems. However, it looks like someone took a crew member and bashed the terminal to death with the crew member.
From the terminal I'm at, is there any way for me to access the bridge?
You could, offhand, no. You could try to go through the systems and see if there's a back door to get you there, but it would require some effort.
Okay, what?
Bypass.
Bypass?
As good a check and bypass as you can make.
7 levels?
Okay, that's actually a pretty good check. You're able to convince that terminal that it was the terminal next to it, and you have limited access to a lot of the systems on the ship. That being said, you have basically read-only access to a lot of the systems in the ship. This is not a controlling terminal.
What do we want to know, guys?
Can you get any type of status on the engines and possibly look into rerouting power back to the elevator?
Okay.
Can the computer tell us of any personnel, official or otherwise, on the ship and where they are?
How about what Kevin suggested, but also instead of looking up exactly what Moze was, in particular, see if there's any type of life detectors on the ship that can tell us about how many life forms are still walking around.
You go through those. We'll start with the looking through the sensors in the ship. The ship itself is under minimal power settings right now. There are no internal sensors functioning. You're basically able to see computer readouts from other computers, and that's it.
When's the last readout that was accessed, or the last terminal that was accessed?
The last terminal that was accessed on the ship was approximately 3 weeks ago. Make another bypass security check to see if that's true.
9 levels.
You actually see some activity from one of the crew decks, or not the crew, the cabin decks, the passenger decks.
Okay. Is
that
it nearby, or is it on the other side of the ship?
It's straight up from one of the null gravity corridor shafts. So it would not be impossible to get there.
Wait, no gravity?
Yeah, they turn off the anti-gravity, or they turn off the gravity generators in there, so you can just kind of float around.
It would be wise for me to go there via that shaft to see what there is. Whatever life form is.
Can I get power to the elevator again?
You quickly push some buttons. The main reactor is listed as being offline, and most of the emergency generators are also offline.
Okay.
Are we under the effects of a gravity generator right now?
It looks like, for convenience purposes, the gravity generator is the only thing that hasn't been touched. So there is power going to the gravity generator. You think you could reroute power from the gravity generator to the elevator? However, that would disable the gravity.
Well, I mean, the question is, will we move around easier if there was no gravity? I don't know about you guys.
We can, but we'll start firing weapons in here. It'll be flying around like I don't know what.
Well, I mean, at least until we get to where we want to go, and then we can turn it back on.
The weapon that will not be affected by that.
Because the thing is, if I start rewiring everything, I don't know if I'm going to be able to put it back to the way it was. Whereas if I shut off the gravity, it should be really easy for me to turn it right back on. Does that make sense?
I understand.
Make the call, leader.
Well, if the gravity's off, we can pry the elevator doors open and just take the elevator shaft, which will give us a larger area and less of a. Well, we won't be in the enclosure tubes.
Agreed.
But then we have the risk of somebody turning the gravity back on as us being floating in an elevator shaft.
Or getting smashed by an elevator.
Well, there won't be power to the elevator still.
Just
coming in.
Just so you have all the information, sir. The NGC shafts are about at smallest about 5 meters wide.
I'd say let's leave the gravity generator on for now. Let's go ahead and take the shaft.
Well, if I rewire the power, it's going to shut the gravity off anyways.
Well, at this point, we don't need to rewire it. We can leave it where it is.
Right.
The shaft's still an access point.
So force doors and climb.
No, the null gravity corridors shafts. That's what we want to do, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
let's go.
Yeah. Since we're at this terminal, can we get I don't know, ship logs of whoever recorded something in the entries about what was going on, or damage reports, or
Any type of security video?
come on, something about some guy, leaving a log and then getting killed. There's always at least one of those.
Well, I'm wondering about like the most important people, so the captain and his sub crew, and then look up the last logs ever made, like the last dozen or so.
Captain's log starting.
Cargo manifest terminal that you have hacked over to behave as the broken cargo access to the main network terminal doesn't have that kind of access.
Hmm.
All right, worth a shot.
All right. So we'll head up to the control center, and all those computers in there should have access to everything.
That is
Okay, so next stop will be the control center.
Do you mean a bridge?
There is no bridge. It's called a control center. It's right in the middle. I showed you this already.
Yes, the bridge.
Keep going.
The bridge, sir. The bridge.
Yeah. Actually, there is multiple command centers on the ship. So there's a command center in the front of the ship, there's a command center in the middle of the ship. And there's actually a command center in the rear of the ship, too. So that's the backup command center.
Which one's closest to engineering?
The one at the back of the ship is the one closest to engineering.
Which one's closest
We're
to
smack
us?
dab in the middle at the moment. It's right above us, so.
Yeah, there's one that is accessible from the shaft right next to you.
Then that'll be the one we go to.
All right, so you guys get into the hallway. Okay, you guys get over to the null gravity shaft.
Okay.
Corridor. You open up the corridor, which has, I'm not even bothering to roll it. There's an access panel. You pop it, you twist it, it comes open. You open it all the way and you look up. There is no gravity within the chamber. You look up, you can see there's emergency lighting going up the length of the corridor, but it's not very bright. With your map, you kind of have a general impression of where the entrance should be, but you don't have exact locations. You have to get closer or get a better light source on it, basically.
Yeah, be careful about the corner of that schematic there, about 15 meters down. Watch out, there's a maneuvering thruster. Hopefully everything's intact.
Okay. Well, this is more of your domain, so would you like to lead?
Yeah, I suppose so. Alright, I popped down in there. Literally popped down in there.
Okay, you pop into the shaft. You have a general idea where you need to go, so just make an EVM check to go at a reasonable enough speed that you're able to see what you're going. Do you have any light sources with you?
Somebody got a searchlight on their head?
Not all in my head, but I have one in my pack.
I do.
Turn that sucker on. Let's go.
All right, searchlight on.
All right. Turn on the biggest, brightest flashlight you can. So this becomes, that's a difficulty 1 EVM check just to make sure you're pointing the right direction. If the shaft was in proper use, there would be a tractor beam designed to kind of slow you at the level you wanted to go to, but that doesn't seem to be operating right now. So
Are there ladder rungs in here?
not a bit, because there's never supposed to be gravity here.
Okay.
Yeah, there's gravity and tractor beam. Now, there are nice landing points between where the levels are. So, it's only a difficulty level 1 check. Did you make...
Oh, sorry.
I have a shoulder cat.
Yep, I made it.
Okay. You bound up top, you got your lighting source out, and you're able to find the big, bright icon of the command deck. You land on it, the door is closed, but you're standing on the edge of the door. Everyone else make a difficulty level 1 EM check. If you don't have your skill, your base is 10%.
Can I just use my grapple hoist again?
No.
You've got magnetic boots. You can just walk up the shaft. It'll just take a while.
All right.
4. Either by 41.
I'm good.
Everyone
Good.
gets there way before Andrew does. He takes a good minute and a half to walk the distance, but eventually comes to a stop, standing on the wall next to where the entrance is.
Thinking them robots don't have no sense of time.
I'm immortal, baby. What are you talking about?
We'll see.
You didn't hear that. You're down the hall.
Okay. Well, me and my shoulder cat here are... Alright, so you guys, all 4 of you guys are right next to the, all 5 of you guys, excuse me, are right next to the main entrance. Would you like to pop the door, or what are you guys doing?
Is that a pick locks or what is that?
It's an EBM check right now, excuse me, EDC check right now. It's just a level 1. It's not a big deal. I'm not even making Nick check it. You guys have all
I got it.
Yeah, you guys have all seen these doors open. It's just a little panel that you pull up and you grab a hold of the underlying handle, you turn it, and then you open the thing up. It's not anything fancy.
All right. Well,
All right,
Sounds
so you
pretty
guys,
fancy to me.
yeah. All right, you open it up, and this room looks a little different.
How's that?
it's Andrew.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It is a large room that gives every appearance of being a command station for a starship, which it, in fact, more or less is. There is a large captain's chair in the middle of the room, and a number of stations are surrounding it so that the captain can turn and see what everyone's doing. 3 of those 5 stations are occupied. And as you stand there, as you open the door, the person who's sitting in the middle of the ship's face twists straight towards you.
Twist?
Everyone make a sighting check.
Oh, I have one.
What's our base?
Something looks... Oh, wait. Moze, you once again don't see shit.
My vision space is 20, so I make it by.
Yeah, this is not a hard sighting check. Anyone who passes, several of you pass. I'll just let it go with that. As you're looking at it, you recognize that there is something fundamentally wrong with the person sitting in the ship. He's wearing what appears to be captain's bars on the side of his uniform. However, as you look at his neck, you realize his neck has been mostly torn open. However, there's no blood, and it doesn't appear to be a survivable wound offhand. And as he's looking at you, you see the other 2 bridge members also staring at you, and they all have a look of, I would say, hunger in their eyes. They're cold, dead eyes. And everyone roll initiative for me.
Okay, just a reminder: if you're in medium encumbrance,
D10, boys and girls.
if you're in medium encumbrance, it's a -2 to your roll.
6.
Oh, it's a. No, I'm sorry, it's a +2 to your roll.
7.
So I have -2 for my agility and +2 for my encumbrance, so I'm just going to roll d10.
8. They go on 8.
Balls.
Yeah, I'm at a 12.
I'm at 5.
Okay. You see the 4. Just Pirate Kitty. We must continue the battle. All right.
I'm gonna beat a dog.
Let's hear. Let's just make sure I got everyone's initiative totals here. So, Moze is -4. Kevin is
5.
5. Kevin is 5. Andrew, what were you? 7, I believe.
Yeah, 7.
James was 12.
10.
Yeah, that's next
10.
to 12.
10, and then Nick was 12. And the zombies go on 8. Or, excuse me, the crew go on 8.
Space is on biz.
I had to do something. Alright, so, starting at the highest order, Nick, what are you doing? Declarative phase.
I can shoot my gun at him, right? First round?
Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna shoot. I gotta pick the guy too. Whichever one's closest to me.
That works. Next, James, what are you doing?
Are we in the actual control center,
I'm going to say
or are we still in the
Moze,
tube?
Kevin, and Andrew are actually in the control center. You are still standing on the ramp directly outside of it. You have a complete view of the room. So the room itself is, we'll say, about 20 meters across. There's computer terminals in all directions. It kind of goes down into the center. So it's a little bit like a bowl with the captain sitting in the dead center of it. So he's 10 meters away from the door. You are standing outside of the landing, so you're 1 meter outside of the room. The other three guys who beat you at initiative are all standing just inside of the room. They just walked in.
Okay, so I should have asked an easier question. Is where I'm standing have gravity?
Where you are standing does not have gravity.
My actions will be to move in to where I have gravity because I'm not firing my gun, arcade powder gun with no gravity.
That makes sense. Okay. Well, that's your first action. Okay. So we're doing the first actions right now. Next we have the bad guys. They're going to run over and one per, they're going to attack Moze, Kevin, and Andrew. Try to eat their brains.
Brains.
Good luck.
Yeah, I'm not thinking that much chance there, but we'll see what happens. Andrew, you go on 7.
I slowly walk away and extend talons. I don't know if they have weapons, but my disintegration field is still on.
What does the disintegration field do, Andrew?
It's like if they happen to have anything that involves a small projectile, it disintegrates small projectiles before they get to me.
Okay.
If they're going to punch me and kick me and bite me, that's not going to stop them.
Okay, well then that's not going to bother them one bit then. Kevin, what are you up to? What are you about, Kevin? The Ashante has frozen up. How horrible.
That coward.
I hope he's learned his lesson. Battle is for the mighty. All right. Oh, no, we can't hear you, Kevin. I am assuming you're going to say something that involves murder.
Well, just type it for now.
Type it quick. Stab. Okay, you
awesome.
stab. All right. And Moze.
Stabbity stab stab.
All righty.
So Ryan, real quick before we go any farther, Moze has 4 attacks, and his rate of fire on his weapon is 1 out of 3. So he would have 1 1/3. So he'd get an attack on one attack on segment 3.
Yes.
And I think that's it.
Well, this is the first round, so you'd actually get 2 attacks on segment 3. And then next round, I've always played it because I don't like the way it is, so we're playing it like this. If you
Okay.
as soon as your attacks drop the rate of weapon fire down to 1, then the rest of them just add extra attacks. So if he's got 4 attacks, he's got 2 attacks. So he attacks.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
sorry about that.
He attacks once in phase 2 and once in phase 3, but he can't attack in phase 1. So he just gets the effective ROF of 2 with his weapon. It's nice for the Iridani. It makes life much easier than saying I have a rate of fire of 2 1/3. Or 1 1/3, because 1 1/3 is annoying. Because 1/3 doesn't mean 1/3. It means 1 out of every 3 fucking rounds. So anyway, so you have attack around phase 2, and attack in phase 3. So you're going to stab stuff. Moze, what are you up to? You going to close in the first phase and then try to attack?
Well, I thought they were closing on me.
They are closing on you, but you go before them, so you can close on them as well, whatever you'd like to do.
True. So I can or can't attack yet.
What's that?
You cannot on this phase attack.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm closing. And,
You can move in close in this phase and then to attack in the next 2 phases, basically.
okay. And there's my attack number. Make a note. 4th level success.
All right, we'll start with the beginning of phase. Okay, and Kevin, did you want to close with the bad guys, or are you just waiting here?
I'll
waiting?
close.
Okay.
And my attack rate of fire is 3.
Okay, so you get a 0, 1, 2.
Okay.
All right, so you two both close. All right, we'll start at the thing. Then Moze goes first. He charges straight towards one of the zombies, or one of the infected crewmen. He can't attack this phase, so you're fine. Kevin also charges a different zombie, and also gets close to the zombie. They both stop. Andrew, you have your disintegrator field up. Did you say you were shooting anybody? I don't recall if you said you were shooting.
No.
Okay.
No.
You were the third one, so the third zombie actually heads straight towards you, but we'll deal with that. So you extended your talents. What's your rate of fire on your talents?
So that'd be 2 attacks around.
Go
This is hand to hand.
Second, third phase. Okay. Which is the same speed they go in, so it's not going to be all that interesting. Okay. He charges up to you because you didn't go to him. The zombies, again, one of the zombies ran up towards the Andrew's character. The other 2 are already in melee range with the other 2 melee fighters. And that moves us over to James. You move into the area with your first half action. You are outside of the gravity. You are now back inside of gravity and can shoot your weapon with your second half action.
Yep.
Nick, what are you? And you said you were going to shoot something, I believe.
Yeah, I was shooting with my pistol. Not sure why I said pistol, but that's what I said.
The closest one to you is the zombie that is engaging Andrew's character.
Okay, so that's the closest one I'm shooting.
Yes, and you are approximately, you're about 3 meters away from him. So point blank range, no snapshot penalty.
Good. Alright, so
Don't
roll
miss.
the 100, right?
D100, yep. So look at
100.
your first range bracket, roll it, and see what you get. 47, what's your percentage to hit in the first range bracket?
78.
So you rolled under 78, so you hit. Now at that point, roll damage and hit location.
Alright, damage, it's 2d7, so, or 2-7.
So a D6 plus 1.
Six, and then another 100 for location, right?
Yes. What'd you get? Let's see here. So I've tried to get my Battlelord screen up here. I did not have my damage. I didn't have my stuff I needed handy. For here. Come to Papa. Where's this dude? Okay, got it. All right. Let's see here. You rolled a 93. You shoot him in the head for 6 points of damage. Let's see how many hit body points this guy has. You did not do enough damage to cause a critical effect.
Ah.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Yeah, you shoot a big gaping hole in his face. It just doesn't seem to bother him over much.
Alright, and that's beam weapon, so that shouldn't like throw me off or anything, right?
No recoil.
Okay.
All right, now for everyone's second half actions.
I have a question.
Yes.
The dagger uses hand-to-hand. I have a plus to hand-to-hand, so I'm actually at rate of fire of 5.
Rate of fire of 5 is a little different.
Because I have plus 8 hand-to-hand.
Give me 1 second to calculate that. Rate of fire of 5 would be 1, 2, 2. So you get 1 attack in this phase.
Okay.
He seems to be protecting his arm with full regard to the amount of damage you are doing. As such, he will have a minus 20. You have a minus 25 to hit parry chance because he's actually trying to block you with his just arms against your laser knives or whatever the hell you got.
My light knives.
Your light knife. You actually have light knives?
Yeah, they're only 400 apiece.
Oh, Jesus. Do they still have the sever effect if you do more than
Yep. More than half of the body points it is, or...
Okay, the remaining body points. It's remaining is the key
Yeah.
phrase here. So
And I have 4.
What's that?
I have 4.
No, well,
Got 4 arms.
yeah, well, okay, make your first attack.
So can I attack with all 4 in my first attack?
No, you have 1, 2, 2. So in this phase, you get 1 attack. The next phase, you get 2 attacks. At the final phase, you get 2 more attacks.
But I thought with the hand-to-hand you could attack.
No.
I get 4 punches.
No, that's how it works.
It's phases. There are 3 phases in every round. So you're in round 1. There is 2 phases you can declare on. You've declared basically an all-out attack, which means you can use all 5 of your attacks, but it's 1, 2, 2.
Okay.
If someone was shooting at you with a weapon, they'd only get a certain number of shots back at you.
So what is my base? What is my base number of attacks before hand-to-hand?
Probably 4. Probably
Okay.
4. How many levels of hand did you have?
I have a level 8 hand-to-hand.
So that's 2 extra attacks.
So it's 2 extra attacks.
You're 6, so you're 2, 2, 2. So you get attacked twice in this phase.
Okay.
You can still make attacks, but you actually have to declare shots if you're going to try to do it. You have a minus 25 to hit because he is trying to block with his arms.
Okay, and I have a plus 32 to hit because of my skill.
Yes.
So. And that's probably not enough because you said there was a minus in it?
Yes. You slash into his arm. It does minimum damage 1 point, or whatever your minimum damage is.
1d4 plus 5.
Okay, so he takes 6 points of damage to his arm. That's not enough to cause him a critical. Keep going. You can make your second attack now. That also hits. That one actually hits. So roll location and damage.
What's location?
On
D100.
D100.
Okay.
You hit him in the abdomen.
And then damage is 4 plus 5, so 9.
9. 36, 9. That is enough to cause the 48 critical. Let's see what 48 critical is. I doubt seriously it's going to impact this particular individual very much. You have destroyed his liver. Again,
my liver.
he says something about oh no, my liver. Okay.
Zombie, so it sounds like yeah.
So let's see, next one. Okay, so he's still standing. The other one got shot in the face and is also still standing. This is phase 2. We have everyone can make a second declared action at this point. So starting with Nick, what is your declared action?
Okay, ignore these rolls. I'm just testing a macro.
Cool. Nick,
So, keep shooting the same guy.
gotcha. James, you're on gravity. There's
one of the ones that's next to Binary Boy. I'm gonna shoot with a roadblocker shotgun.
Oh, that's going to do terrible things to him. That's fine. The zombies are going to, now they all get attacks. They all get 1 attack during this phase, and they're going to attempt to beat the shit out of all 3 of you. Andrew.
Yeah.
There's 1 at point-blank range with you. What would you like to do with your second half action?
I will defend myself with my talons.
Okay, so you and him are going to go mono-e-mono talent style. Kevin, you have 2 attacks in this phase, if you care to continue with doing so.
I shall.
And finally, Mr. Moze, you have 1 attack in this phase. 1 horrible, horrible attack.
Just gonna chop at this guy in front of me. Zombie.
Okay, make your attack, Moze. You're going to go first.
Also, you want me to re-roll the actual attack number?
Yeah, roll the attack number. You have a minus 25. You have basically minus 25 to hit him because he's trying to block with his arms. What's your base to hit?
It's I'm a little confused by that because I'm pretty sure it's just a number is calculated. So 91.
Okay, then you definitely hit.
Okay. And for the damage.
Okay,
Damage to.
that's a critical. Roll location.
Mhm.
80 is his left arm. You slash a massive gouge through his left arm. Blood goes. Actually, no blood falls out anywhere. But the arm basically dangles limply and uselessly as it's at its side. It cannot attack you this round because its arm does not work to permit it the attack.
Look down the arm. Look over the zombie. Yeah. Little nuts alive.